Hello there, a very good morning. This is the Breakfast Rundown on TV1. I'm Therunee Karunaratne. Well, as always, we are ready with the details on this morning's top news items from here at home and around the world. You can stay tuned with us for the news in detail. Let's move on to the top local news item this morning now. The Federation of Health Professionals will launch a strike today at 7 a.m., citing slashes to their allowances. The president of the Association of Health Professionals, Ravi Kumudesh, said that while a token strike is being conducted from 7 a.m. today until 7 a.m. tomorrow, emergency as well as essential health services will still remain operational. The 19 unions involved in this strike include the Government Association of Medical Laboratory Technologists, the Society of Radiological Technologists Sri Lanka, the Pharmaceutical Society of Sri Lanka, Professional Organisation for Medical Technologists, the Government Physiotherapy Officers Association and the Association of Speech and Language Pathologists, as well as the Association of Audiologists. On to more local news now. 2 people were injured in a shooting in Nagalagam Street, Grand Pass. The shooting occurred at about 9:30 p.m. last night. The police said that 2 individuals who arrived on a motorcycle carried out the shooting and fled the scene. The injured are 2 men aged 22 and 28, both residents of Grand Pass. Police said that a 9mm firearm was used to carry out the shooting. Police also said that the injured have been admitted to the Colombo National Hospital. Now, the reason behind the shooting is yet to be revealed, and police have launched investigations to arrest the suspects. Meanwhile, Sunimal Kumara alias Thaju has been arrested in connection with an incident of attacking a police constable with a sharp weapon during a drug raid. The suspect was arrested yesterday in Rajgiriya while he was on the run. Police say that Sunimal Kumara alias Thaju has been identified to be the brother of Saman Kumara alias Bele Sudha, who is currently imprisoned for drug trafficking. The arrest follows a special drug raid conducted on the 16th of March in the Badovita Phase 3 area by officers from the Badovita police post attached to the Mount Lavinia police. Now, during the raid, police officers received a tip-off regarding an individual who is engaged in drug trafficking in the area. The officer in charge as well as a police constable then left to arrest the suspect. Upon inspection of the suspect, who was found standing on the roadside, drugs were found in his possession and the police attempted to arrest him at that point. Resisting the arrest, the suspect had attacked the officers and injured the police constable with a sharp weapon before fleeing the scene. Now, the constable is receiving treatment at the Colombo South or Kalubovila Teaching Hospital for injuries to his shoulder and abdomen caused by the stabbing. Meanwhile, 2 Indian nationals have been taken into custody by Sri Lanka customs officials at the Katunayake Bandaranaike International Airport with 2 kilograms and 400 grams of the drug Kush in their possession. Now, customs media spokesperson Sivali Arugoda said that the suspects arrived in the country from Bangkok, Thailand. The value of the Kush drug haul is approximately 25 million rupees. The arrested individuals are a 32-year-old and 29-year-old Indian couple. This is the couple's first visit to Sri Lanka and they are reported to be engaged in a business. They had brought the drugs into the country meticulously concealed within 2 pieces of luggage. On to the latest development concerning the upcoming local government elections now. The acceptance of nominations for the 2025 local government polls commenced yesterday. And yesterday, 6 recognized political parties as well as 11 independent groups submitted their nominations for the election. Now, nominations are being accepted from 8:30 a.m. to 4:15 p.m. daily at the district secretariats under the supervision of district returning officers. The deadline for submitting nominations is 12 noon on the 20th of March, while the deadline for security deposits is 12 noon tomorrow, that is the 19th. The acceptance of postal vote applications for 336 local government bodies concluded at midnight debate yesterday. The election date is also scheduled to be announced on the 20th of March. Well, today is the 16th day of the Budget Committee stage debate, also known as the third reading of the appropriation bill. The Parliament will convene at 9:30 a.m. for this purpose, and it will convene under the chairmanship of Speaker Dr. Therunee Karunaratne. Today, the expenditure head of the Ministry of Industries and Youth Affairs will be taken up for debate. The committee's stage debate of the 2025 budget will continue until the 21st of March, and the vote related to it is scheduled to be held at 6 p.m. the same day. Let's move on to news overseas for this morning. U.S. President Donald Trump says many elements of a peace agreement in Ukraine have been agreed with his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin ahead of their much-anticipated phone call on Tuesday. Trump posted on Truth Social that he will speak with Putin on Tuesday morning. He said that while there have been agreements, much remains to be worked upon. Trump wrote, and I quote, "Each week brings 2,500 soldier deaths, from both sides, and it must end now. I look very much forward to the call with President Putin." He earlier told reporters that they were going to see if they could work a peace agreement, a ceasefire and peace, and he thinks they'll be able to do it. The UK and France have urged Putin to prove that he wants a peace deal with Ukraine. French President Emmanuel Macron hailed the courage of Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky in agreeing to a ceasefire proposal and challenged Russia to do the same. UK Foreign Secretary David Lammy said Putin should agree to a full and unconditional ceasefire now, telling MPs he had seen no sign that Putin was serious about a peace deal. He warned that the UK and its allies have more cards that they can play to help force Russia to negotiate seriously. The White House sounded a more upbeat note on the eve of the Trump-Putin talks, which will take place by phone, saying that peace in Ukraine has never been closer. The White House press secretary told reporters on Monday that Trump was determined to secure a peace deal between the two countries. On what the talks might cover, she said, quote, "There's a power plant that is on the border of Russia and Ukraine that was up for discussion with the Ukrainians, and he will address it in his call with Putin tomorrow," unquote. Meanwhile, in his nightly address on Monday, Zelensky accused Putin of prolonging the war. He said, quote, "This proposal could have been implemented a long time ago." He also added that every day in wartime means human lives. Now, while Putin had previously said he supports a ceasefire, he is also set out a list of conditions for achieving peace between the two countries. Well, with that, we wrap up this morning's edition of the Breakfast Rundown on TV1. I'm Therunee Karunaratne. Do join us once again tomorrow as well, right here on TV1, same time, 7 a.m. for more of the very latest. Until then, take care. Have a wonderful day ahead.